Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
Welcome to another episode of the Rare Beer Club. I'm your host, the Ginger Yeti, and if you're new to the channel, the Rare Beer Club is a subscription box that I get every month. It was given to me as a gift. It's put out by the beerofthemonthclub.com, and every month I receive a box like this. Inside it are 2 different beers that are hand-selected. Now, this does cost about $60 a month to be a member to receive the subscription service, but again, I said it's a gift to me, which is super cool. So on the channel here, I'll unbox this, I'll pick one of the beers blindly and review that beer. Then, in a later video, I will review the other beer. So let's get right on into it, see what we have today. I'm not sure what month this is. This is dated for June 26th, 2024, so this is one of the newer ones. I actually have kind of a back stock of these I need to get through, but I'm not home all the time, so it makes it hard for me to get into these all the time. Now, the Rare Beer Club comes with this cool paperwork that tells you a little bit about the beers. It's always nicely packaged. Chuck that to the side. We'll get out the 2 beers so I can get the box out of the way. And the beers that they sent are, what is this? Dunham Propolis. Interesting. It's got 2 little bee mermaid looking people on it. And the other one is Prodigal from Perennial Ales. Propolis is from Brasserie Dunham or Dunham. Look at the 2 paperwork real quick here. Propolis is a multi-grain honey saison with lemon peel and coriander. Comes in at 5.2%. And Prodigal is a imperial milk stout with chocolate and vanilla at 11.5%. And it's such a warm evening here. I think the Saison sounds like a better deal for tonight. I'll save this one for another video. Put that back down out of the way here. Because it's a extremely, just punishingly hot evening here in Cleveland. So I'm gonna go with this lighter beer. So, like I said, this is a Propolis. I think I'm saying that correctly. 5.2% strong beer. And the Rare Beer Club comes with this really cool paperwork to tell you a lot about the beer. I won't read all of it, but I will pick out some excerpts that I think are important. Brasserie Dunham was founded in June of 2011. Pretty new brewery, especially for some reason I thought this was from Europe, but this is from Dunham or Dunham, Quebec, Canada. A Quebec beer. Interesting. And they've been making a major impact on the world beer scene ever since. One of the first times we crossed paths was sampling their Assemblage number 1 a few years back, a memorable blend of Saison wit beer hybrid and an American-style pale ale with Brettanomyces and Zinfandel barrels for good measure. Sounds pretty good. While inspired by European classics, the team at Brasserie Dunham, or Dunham, I'm not sure which way to pronounce that, has also found a lot of inspiration in their hometown of Dunham and the surroundings. The brewery works with local farmers to source ingredients, especially seasonal produce like raspberries, cherries, and black currants for their fruited beers. Their restaurant also has them working with local farmers, and their barrel aging project has grown to hundreds of barrels, with some foeders tossed in. They're constantly tweaking the yeast blends for their wild beers and saisons, including testing out spontaneous fermentation and cultivating wild strains from the local area. On to the beer. Propolis is a honey saison brewed with lemon peel and coriander. And a long series of delicious beers created by Dunham. Propolis is brewed with rye, wheat, and oats, with a small amount of fall honey, lemon peel, and coriander. Propolis is lightly hopped and gets fermented with Dunham's house blend of farmhouse ale yeast and Brettanomyces. It pours a hazy golden yellow capped by 2 fingers of dense white foam. This means it's going to explode all over the place. I'm sure I'm going to make a mess. Up front, we're met with impactful aromatics of citrusy lemon peel, green apple, and Anjou pear. What is Anjou pear? We're also met with inviting notes of honey, stone fruit, and lightly grassy elements from complex fermentation playing out in the background. The addition of coriander works seamlessly alongside the complex lemony funk and phenolic elements in the aroma. And I'll post these up somewhere. I'm still working with where I like to post them best. Maybe it'll be on Instagram, so you can actually blow it up and read it if anybody's interested in that. But it'll be somewhere down below in the description where I have this paperwork posted. Specifications, like I said, it's a multi-grain honey saison with lemon peel and coriander, 5.2%, serving temperature 47 to 53. It's about 120 up here. I mean, it feels like it. Suggested glassware, tulip, teku, or Pinot Noir glass. Seems like they always call for the tulip, teku, or Pinot Noir glass. I'm going to use this glass here. I had picked out 2 glasses, and I'm going to use this one. Close enough, right? And anything else that's interesting you'll be able to see on the post I make with the paperwork. I'm going to get into the beer. Don't need this, I don't think. No, there's no cork in there. So I'm just going to get right into it. See what kind of mess I can make. Oh yeah, I hear it hissing already. And there it goes, bubbling up off the top. Cool little crown. Try to remember to take a picture of that. See if I can do this without making a giant mess. And since I'm kind of going in blind, I'll make sure to post the Untapped Beer Advocate, whatever, down below, if there is anything on any of those. I've actually managed to pour this out and not make a giant mess. Bravo to me. Get right in on the nose here. That's like lemongrass and some generic fruitiness and some light funk. Yeah, just slight lemongrass, some generic fruitiness, and some slight funk. Nothing crazy. Kind of expected more on the nose. Now, that's a very light yellow. I mean, you're looking at about a 2 on the SRM. You know what? I'm going to give that a 1 on the SRM chart because that's very, very light yellow. But you cannot see through that at all. It's very effervescent. Lots of bubbles floating. And maybe I didn't pour it hard enough, but I'm only getting about a pinky's worth of big bubbly head. It does kind of stick to the glass a little bit. But that looks like a nice, fruity, tasty beer for a hot evening like it is here in Cleveland. Cheers, everybody. It's very effervescent. I need that syringe that Don has to bust out some of that carbonation. Because that's just over the top effervescent. Very, very foamy in the mouth. That's light, lemony, slight tartness, a very slight tartness. Not really any funk to speak of. A little bit of coriander. And that's pretty good. The only detractor on this is how effervescent it is, how carbonated it is. I think if you let this sit out a little while after opening it before you drink it, or again, you use Don's technique with that syringe. I mean, look at that. That's just very active. Try not to spill it everywhere. Swirl that around. I mean, you just get tons and tons of carbonation bubbling back up. You can see how active that is. But this is a really nice, flavorful beer. Yeah, it's not at all what I expected. I kind of expected it being like a Saison. There'd be more funk to it. But this is nice. Other than carbonation, this is easy drinking. I think once the carbonation dies down a little bit, this would be really easy drinking, a really nice beer. And in Brasserie Dunham, or Dunham, however you say it, I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments. Your Propolis, I give it a big horns up. This is a nice beer. Really nice beer for the summer. And with that, you know how I end it. Embrace the adventure.